Hello everyone and welcome to episode 24 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel's Pride FC, as it is almost time for the middleweight Grand Prix to begin for the next round, but we're gonna have to do a little bit of some different changes compared to what we had planned out when we last left off at our last episode, as we'll go into the match. Make a screen real quick. So, final conflict. So, we've now had to break it up into two different sides. Basically, just make this a little easier. Due to the fact that Pat Miletich was the only one out of the, 8 fighters? He was the only one that could not fight on this card on the Final Conflict show. So, we just broke it up into two sides. So, we're going to have side A here, Final Conflict, which Rich Franklin, Quentin Rampage Jackson, Murlio, Ninja Rua, and Anderson Silva, and then whoever wins between those two fights battle it out the side A final. That's what we're going to call it. And then at Absolute Fear was supposed to be where the side B show was going to happen at. But, again, Pat Miletich would not be available even for September. So, we have to bump it till October at the American Bushido show, which kind of works out. We're going to have basically Nate Marcotte, Chuck Liddell, and then Sakuraba and Pat Miletich, which then those two winners will fight it off there. So that's just kind of where we're at with that. And then hopefully, if all goes well, we can have a middleweight 2003 Grand Prix final show in November. Now, of course, if it's going to wait until maybe later, hopefully we can do it at Shockwave. If not, we're going to have to wait till 2004 to do it. So we're up in the air with a lot of things. But for here, though, we're going to have Vanderlei Silva, because of this. Vanderlei Silva is going to defend his Pride middleweight division title against Alex Stiebling. Alex Stiebling, the Brazilian killer who has been on a fucking tear in rings. He has won, he's 15-0-1, with the one being the no contest back in June of 99 before this mod even started. But other than that, he's just been on a fucking tear. He's, as far as biggest names goes, it's definitely Iken Inoue, which was rated good. But you see, he likes to win with that rear naked choke. We'll see what happens. I think Vanderlei Silva has him, but we'll look at the mail real quick, and then we'll run the show, as we do have a lot of mail. We'd signed fucking Alistair Overeem's brother. That's fun. Ricardo Arona wanted to fight Ryan Gracie. That's kind of an interesting thing. It had been... We don't really get emails about that, just people wanting fights, but he wanted to take on Ryan Gracie, so we made that happen at American Bushido. Extended some contracts. We re-signed Carlos Barreto. He's not in Pride, though. He's in Rings. I just kind of clarify that. Gilbert Yvel again re-signed him, but again, he is also re-signed to Rings, who he has not won in a while, too. He hasn't won, and besides the Carter Williams fight, which happened in April, his last win was in October of 2000. As we re-signed Trey Tellingman. Another Gracie, Crowsley Gracie, signed him to Pride. He's going to take on Mauricio at Final Conflict, which is this show. So we'll see what happens there. A low-level national name in Japan. A lot of people left the Zakata Dojo, Masanori Suda and Masatsu Yano. We signed Nate Corey back to Rings. He's 4-3 in Rings. He just lost to Damian Maya, which was rated average, though. That's a tough fight against Damian Maya. And lost to Melvin Manhoef back in M1. As Minoru Suzuki also left the Zakata Dojo. Frank Mir tore his rotator cuff during training, so that sucks. He's going to have to miss the American Bushido 1 show, which that'd been a huge fight for him. But now Tom Erickson is facing Fabricio Verdum, who lobbied to fight him. So there you go. As we signed Daniel Puder. Daniel Puder, I want him to be on the American Bushido card, since he's a high-level regional name in America, but that card's kind of pretty much already jam-packed. He's going to take on Alexander Atsuka at Absolute Fury, maybe. As Ronaldo Souza, one of the best kickboxers that has probably ever graced MMA. Ronaldo Souza, one of the absolute fucking best. At least, it's weird I say he's as far as kickboxing goes, but he's really just a judoka and a jiu-jitsu guy. but what he does with his kicks is fucking crazy. But yeah, we signed him. He is in Pride. Don't know if we'll bump him down to rings or not. He's got the talent for sure to stay in Pride. We'll see how it goes. As we re-sign Joe Rogan. Oh no, we'll have the Yan as Minoru Suzuki and Masatsu Yano join Parista there as yeah, that's just kind of where all the mail is. And we'll advance, keep it going. As what a card, you know, and we got Jerome Lee Banner and Chuck Congo making his Pride debut against Jerome Lee Banner. Tsuyoshi Kikuchi and Alexia Oleinik. And then, you know, Josh Barnett and Big Nog as not even the co-main anymore. Even put that, the Side A final as the co-main. But, and then the Dean of Mean Jardine versus Little Nog. Fun card to say the least. And there, you know, the Brazilian Killer. Alex Stiebling, the axe murderer, Vanderlei Silva. This is huge for Alex Stiebling. You know, he gets called up here. I was gonna wait until he actually would, like, lose the rings belt, but might as well just call him up now. I think he's more than ready. He's the second, or he's in sixth in the fucking world ranking of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, as Silva's ranked first. This is the 7th time Vanderlei Silva's main event at a Pride show. They've both won 3 of their, well, you know, Silva's finished 3 of his last 5, as Stiebling submitted 3 of his last 5, as Stiebling trains with AMC Bankerton, which Silva's 1-0 because he knocked out Nate Corey. Not Nate Corey, Nate Marcotte, rather. As Alex Stiebling does have one Blurcat staff pick. Steve has got him, but 6-1 nonetheless. Though, but it's going to be a tough fight. I mean, Vanderlei Silva's been on a tear, to say the fucking least. Best fighter in the world. See if he keeps it going. As yeah, we'll see what happens there for his final of the Side A show. Will it be Merlio and Quentin Rampage Jackson? You know, it'd be fun. I'm assuming, you know, Anderson Silva's going to beat Merlio, but you never know. If Silva wins, then we're going to have either Silva or Rich Franklin, which, you know, a staple of kind of the mid-2000s UFC tours. UFC shows. And then, or a dream fight of Quentin Rampage Jackson and Anderson Silva. Nonetheless, though, that's 2 of probably the most excited things I'm looking forward to out of this Side A, if it happens. Merlio might just beat Anderson Silva. As the babyface assassin, Josh Barnett taking on Big Nog. Big Nog making his first defense of the Pride Heavyweight title. They have fought once before at Pride 16 Beast from the East, 2001. Barnett won by unanimous decision. They are 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Nogueira's 3rd, Barnett's 4th. So, out of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, so we have the first guy, we have the 3rd guy, and we have the 4th guy on this same card. Nogueira trains a Brazilian top team, which Barnett's 1-0 against the other current members, and then Barnett trains at Team Quest, which Nogueira obviously 0-1 against other current members. So it's pretty split. Blurcat staff picks 4-3. Barnett has the slight advantage, according to Blurcat staff picks. So Merlio Ninja Rua and Anderson the Spider Silva. The quarterfinals of the Pride 2003 Middleweight Grand Prix. Silva's won 3 of his last 5 by knockout. Both fighters are world ranked as light heavyweights. Merlio, who is 14th, Silva's 23rd. The first between teammates, as they both train at Shoot the Box. As this is a fight between teammates, rather. As Merlio Ninja Rua has won 4 of his last 5 by decision. First time they have fought. And Merlio's going to have the Blurcat staff picks advantage. That's huge. As in Rich Ace Franklin versus Quentin Rampage Jackson. This is, you know, they were pretty much signed the same time, so it was just only a matter of time before these 2 went to battle. As Franklin has finished 4 of his last 5 opponents, he's undefeated. Quentin Rampage Jackson has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents, so this is probably going to be a TKO or a knockout finish. As the first time they have fought, they are in the top 20s as far as middleweight division and Pride goes. As Jackson's going to have the likely have a significant weight advantage. And then Jackson has the Blurcat staff picks votes 5-2. And Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. Tsuyoshi Kashaka as TK taking on the boa constrictor Alexia Oleinik, as Alexi has submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents. Both fighters are world ranked in the super heavyweights, as TK's 13th and Alexia Oleinik's 21st. As Oleinik trains at Red Devil Sport, which Kashaka has an overall record of 1-2 against other current members. You He lost to Fedor. I'm not sure who else he lost to. Might have been Volkan at rings. You have to take a guess. But he's won 4 of his last 5 fights by decision. And but Olex has the Black SF 6-1. As then Jerome Banner taking on Cheick Kongo. Cheick Kongo has won 3 of his last 5 by decision. This is the first time they have fought. Jerome Banner will enjoy a significant weight advantage. This is the Pride debut of Cheick Kongo. The betting odds have Cheick Kongo as a large margin favorite over Jerome Banner. That's tough. But Cheick Kongo, I've always liked Cheick Kongo. He's probably going to knock him the fuck out, too. That's going to be crazy. As in Crosley Gracie against Mauricio Shogun Rua. This is a big-time favorite for Mauricio Shogun Rua. But this is nice for Shogun to get a win over like a name. Because, he's a low-level national. And then Mauricio is, I think, low-level regional. Yeah, so this is just a huge win for him if he gets the win, which I'm assuming he will. It's Crosley Gracie making his pro debut as then the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, taking on Little Nog, as Jardine has won 3 of his last 5 by decision. The first time they have fought, and this is the Pride debut of Keith Jardine, which he has the Black Cat staff picks 5-2. And without further ado, the undercard will be underway. Our first of the 2 prelim fights is pretty close, 160, 120. 5'1", 5'2", both 6'2", both 205 pounds, both 27 years old. We'll see if they weighed in a little bit heavier than the other. Our referee, our judges. Nope. All right. So about as even Stevens as it gets. As exchange of strikes sees both fighters fail anything significant. They engage. As Lil Nog connects to the left hand. Jardine lands a left jab, a right cross. Cut underneath the eye of Lil Nog. Both fighters step in to strike. Neither fighter manages to find the target in the exchange. Jardine misses a jab, but also doesn't get a leg kick. Nogueira is off target with a left jab, but also doesn't connect with the right hand. As the exchange strikes, but nothing really gets through, both fighters move in and engage. Jardine misses a left jab, but lands a low kick. Nogueira finds a good angle and lands a nice 1-2. Both fighters move in and engage. Jardine scores with a jab, but doesn't connect with the right hand. Scores with a jab, does a little Nog, and also hits a left hook to the body. They move in and engage. Jardine lands a left jab and also lands a leg kick. Nogueira lands a jab but misses the right hook to the ribs. 2 combatants meet in the center and they start to strike. As Jardine counters with a hesitant body shot with a kick to the lead leg. 2 fighters engage. Jardine misses the right hook and gets countered with a left jab and gets a attempted shot to the body that gets taken on the arm. As the referee calls for a pause, he wants to check on the cut on Little Nog. As, it's not going to be a problem, so they restart, engage in the center. Doesn't connect with the left jab, but it's a kick to the lead leg. Nogueira again lands a left jab and a right cross. They engage. Nogueira lands 2 jabs, but has a right hand absorbed on the gloves. He scores with a great right hook. Both fighters step in to strike. Nogueira counters a poor spin kick attempt with a left jab and a right hook to the ribs that doesn't land. They come together and strike. Jardine doesn't connect with the left jab, but hits a left roundhouse kick to the body. Nogueira scores the left hook to the side of the body. They engage. As Jardine misses a right cross that leaves him open for the counter, Nogueira attacks him with a jab and a right hook. Halfway into the first round now, both fighters move in and engage. Jardine counters to the right hand with a left kick to the body. Jardine's still moving well, but he's definitely breathing a little deeper now. 2 fighters engage with strikes, but neither can land anything significant. Nogueira's now slightly limping. I'm sure with all those leg kicks has fucked him up. Both fighters step in to strike. Nogueira misses the right cross that leaves him wide open for the counter. Jardine comes in with a left kick to the ribs. And then engage in the center. Nogueira hits a jab. As Jardine lands 2 jabs, also lands a left kick to the body. As now he's starting to slow down a little bit, this Little Nog. As they come together and strike, but really tentative, and nothing comes of it. They come together and strike. Nogueira scores a left hook. There we go, about to cross. As Jardine misses with a pair of jabs and hits a left roundhouse kick to the body. Now Nogueira is limping some more as he circles back around. They come together and strike. Nogueira scores with the jab, has a right hand absorbed on the gloves. Jardine uses the left jab and also a left roundhouse kick to the body. As they engage some more, Jardine dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a left roundhouse kick to the body. They meet in the center and start to strike. Little Nog is left wide open after a right hook is to the ribs is countered with a quick left jab and a left kick that misses. Both fighters come together and strike. Jardine misses the right hook, leaves himself open to be countered with a good right hook. As now he's starting to feel the damage to his legs. Little Nog, makes sense. He's been feeling for at least 2 minutes now. Come together and strike. Nogueira's off target and a left jab with the left jab and scores with the right hook. As Jardine hits a left jab and also connects cleanly with the right hand. The quick exchange of strikes does not produce any damage. They step in to strike. As Nogueira misses the right cross, leaves him open for the counter. Jardine comes in with a left jab and a left kick to the ribcage. That's the end of the first round. That has to be all Keith Jardine, but it's looking pretty close if you look at the stats on the statistics. But I think if you go for damage, if you go for total strikes landed, Keith Jardine has the advantage. As it's 24-20 as far as punches go. Last round, 5 minutes left in the fight. As he's still limping his low nog, and he circles around. They engage. He goes for the body with the left hand. Jardine lands a leg kick. As again the limping. As Jardine's off target with a left jab, but it hits a kick to the lead leg. Nogueira finds a good angle, lands a nice 1-2. Now some deep breaths portray that Jardine is starting to get into the deeper reaches of his gas tank. Now he's getting a little bit more fatigued. His little nog, as his hands are starting to lower. As he hits a left hand as Nogueira scores a quick kick to the lead leg again. Does Keith Jardine, both whom look very tired, fall into a ragged clinch. As they're looking for a trip takedown, they can't get Jardine down to the ground. They're looking for another sharp leg trip. It doesn't work again. Jardine stops the takedown. As it seems to initiate a break to low nog as they step back. As the limp is obvious. The exchange of strikes. Both fighters failing anything significant. Little nog is blown up at this point. Limping is noticeable. He misses the right cross that leaves him open for the counter. Does Jardine. He attacks with the left jab and he misses with the right cross. Now he's breathing very hard. They fall into a sloppy clinch. 2:30 left. Jardine now looking for the trip takedown. He gets it. Great inside leg trip takedown. So the little nog's on his back. Jardine is left in guard. Pounds away with some rights, but fails to do anything significant. As he drags him in close to side control and hits him with a couple of close shots from the bottom. Throws up some minor strikes. He tries to sweep Jardine, but he can't. Throws a few strikes, but it's clearly slowing things down so he could think. Again, Little Nog tries to sweep Jardine, but doesn't get anywhere with it. Tries to pound on Nogueira, but none of the blows land with any degree of power. And then again, Jardine blocks the attempted leg sweep. As he tries to pound on Nogueira, but none of the blows land with any degree of power. And that's the end of the fight. In the unanimous decision for Dean the Mean, Keith Jardine. He'll be 6-1. Yes, and then Little Nog is 2-2. It's a good fight, though. As Keith Jardine thanks everyone connected to Renzo Gracie's jiu-jitsu for helping him prepare for this fight. As his sponsors are supporting him financially. Says that he's very happy to have won this Pride debut, and he's very happy to be here. It's now the last prelim fight. Crossley Gracie takes on Mauricio Shogun Rua. As minus 850 from Mauricio Shogun Rua. I think we all know what's going to happen here. Our referee, our judges. So yeah, at least 35 pounds on Crossley Gracie. We are underway. They clinch up to start jockeying for position. Rua manages the control. Rua catches Gracie with a knee strike to the body. Another big knee strike to the body. As now he's looking to get the Muay Thai clinch. He does. He's got the Muay Thai clinch. And he gets a fucking big knee to the face. And Crossley Gracie gets knocked the fuck out. Welcome to Pride, sir. Welcome to MMA. Oh my god. As he gets knocked the fuck out by a knee strike in the clinch. 2-1 for Mauricio Shogun Rua. He got robbed out of that. His one win, too. His one loss, rather. As Rumley Banner taking on Czech Congo. Two French fucking kickboxers. That's always fun. Don't get to say that often in Pride. Minus 650, plus 510. Mario Yamasaki's our referee. Someone might die. As at least 25 pounds, rather. Does Jerome Banner have him? Yeah, 6'3", 260, 6'4", 235. These are some big boys going at it. Start to touch gloves. Both fighters move in and engage. Congo hits a left roundhouse kick to the body. Drumley Banner hits a jab and also scores a great right hook. And that, oh no! Retreating until backed up against the ropes. Czech Congo looks punch drunk. He may be in big trouble. He's covering up as best as he can. But he is vulnerable. Drumley Banner and a big right hand catches Czech Congo Fletcher and he snaps his head backwards. Somehow dodges a vicious overhead right though. Having apparently cleared his head though, Czech Congo was able to circle away from the ropes and return the side. Drumley Banner about stole this one right off the rip. That was fucking crazy. As two fighters come forward to engage, Jerome Banner slips past the right hook attempt and attacks with a pair of left jabs, and they are followed by a stinging right high kick, and that's another fucking big headshot. As Czech Congo looks unsteady on his feet as he retreats. That last blow, it may have rocked him as he regains his wits just in time to duck under the right head kick. In order to surely end this fight again. Czech Congo has been getting fucked up early on in this fight. They step up and strike. Jerome Lee Banner misses a right cross that leaves him wide open for the counter. Chuck Congo attacks with a right hook. They stand and trade in the center of the ring, but neither fighter gives or takes any real damage. They step in to strike. Lee Banner slips past the right hook attempt and attacks with a left jab and a low kick that can't connect. They come together and strike. Chuck Congo scores a left hook as he goes for the body with a crunching right hook, and he collapses to the floor to Chuck Congo. There's a knockdown for Jerome Lee Banner. He finally gets that knockdown. Kneels beside him, hammering down with punches as he pounds away with right hands, and Chuck Congo is having trouble dealing with them as the referee Mario Yamasaki pulls them off of him, and that is a TKO win for Jerome Lee Banner. What an upset win. That's what happens, though, when you have two very similar fighters, two kickboxers, you have the significant weight advantage. That is what can happen. Jerome Lee Banner steals this one. Yeah, it was a great fucking fight. Because, my God, Jerome Lee Banner thanks all of his sponsors and all of his fans. He says that he knows that beating Chuck Congo was a huge upset, but he always believed in himself. That's for sure. What a fucking win. Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, I did it again. Tsuyoshi Kashika takes on the Boa Constrictor, Alexei Oleinik as TK. Taking on the Boa Constrictor, 33, 26 years old, 6'1", 230, 5'11", 255. A 21, 12, and 1 record for TK. A 13 and 4 record for Alexei Oleinik as the Sambo judo style for TK. Plus 140, minus 180. Pretty close fight for the betting odds. As our referee, our judges, as TK gets a good reaction with the fans as he enters the arena. He's fighting in front of a home crowd tonight. That's the bell. TK steps in and works his way into dominant position. Then clinch, he hits Oleinik with a knee strike to the body as they grapple. Looking to muscle Oleinik back against the ropes. He can't do it, though, as Oleinik gets a more dominant position on the grapple. He grabs an arm and tries to pull Kashka down to the ground. As the attempt is unsuccessful, though, as TK blocked and takes control of the grapple. Tries to knee Oleinik, but he gets blocked. He tries to push him up against the ropes. He can't, though. This is just a fucking stalemate for 2 minutes now, as he tries to suck TK to the ground by wrapping his legs around the waist and pulling him in the guard. He can't do it, though. My God, as Oleinik out-wrestles TK and takes control back of the grapple. Again, trying to... It's not going to work. Stop trying it. Again, he doesn't budge, and now he takes control of the clinch again. And now he's trying to push him up against the ropes. And did he actually do it? He does so now. Finally, something happens. The stalemate ends as TK tries to throw a knee strike, but Oleinik seizes the chance to create some space and breaks free. Steps in and grapples with him. He defends himself well from an attempted knee strike. He blocks the knee and looking to muscle him up against the ropes again. He can't do it, though. He ends up being out-wrestled. Now he's trying to, again, quit trying to lock his legs around his waist. As this time it works, though. This time he finally gets it. TK gets pulled down, gets sucked into the guard position. Blocks the attempted sweep. He hits a short, sharp shoulder smash to the face of Alexei. Grabs Kashka down and draws him in close as smothering him. As TK peppers Oleinik with some small strikes, making sure to keep it very tight, not give any room to work with. As he grabs him in and draws him in close, smothering him. As in guard, TK is content just to throw a couple of punches to the body. As he pulls him in close again, this time a couple of short punches to the side of the head. Throws a few strikes, but it's clearly slow things down so he can think. Blocks his attempted sweep as the referee breaks it up, stands him back up. As breathing a little heavier now, Alexei Oleinik shoot takedown in from. He gets the takedown and didn't really fight it at all, so now he's just content to pull guard. So 1-for-1 on takedowns for TK. Throws a few strikes, was clearly slowing things down so he can think. Pulls him in close, short couple of punches to the side of the head. Yeah, Alexei Oleinik is just perfect and content just to be on his back. He's fine with it as in guard. TK is content just to a couple of punches to the body. Pulls him in close, another short, sharp punch to the side of the head. Clock runs down as, again, Oleinik is being smothered, but he's perfectly fine with it. He's controlled against the ground, unable to shift TK off of him, and that's the end of the first round. So the fight metrics, 1-for-1 on takedowns. TK has the more jabs, and he has the knee. You have to give that to TK. You know, even though it looked like Alexei was in control of the fight, looking at the punches. But yeah, nonetheless, it was a pretty boring-ass fight. They really, probably 4 minutes of actual fighting. As there's the bell and the fight begins. Returns back as we have our final round. It gets in the clinch. TK seems to be the aggressor. He tries to wrestle Lennox back against the ribs. He does so. Looking for a knee strike, but Lennox pulls the clinch tighter, and now hits a few small punches to the ribs. Takes a knee strike just above the hip. Tries to throw a knee to the thigh, but Lennox sees the chance to break it up and create some space, circle back around. TK slowing down a bit, steps in and grapples him, grabs an arm and tries to pull TK down the ground to his guard. It's no use though, as TK doesn't budge and instead takes control of the clinch. TK is looking to muscle Lennox back up against the ropes. It doesn't manage it though, as Lennox defended it well. Gets out wrestled in the grapple, and Lennox takes control. Looking to take this fight to the ground, Lennox tries to pull TK down into his guard. The attempt is successful. TK is sucked into his guard. TK blocks Lennox as he tries to sweep from the guard. In guard, TK throws a couple of punches designed to keep Lennox guessing. Lennox tries to pull TK in close and pepper him with short strikes, but he can. Minute left in the round. TK hits a short, sharp shoulder smash to the face, as TK uses a shoulder smash to keep Lennox down, uses a quick shoulder smash. For the moment, TK is content just to throw a couple of punches to the body. Lennox tries to catch TK with a punch, but it's not on target. They expire, end of the second round, and that's the end of the fight. Unanimous decision, I'm going to go with TK. Yep, he gets it. He's rated average. So that's a big win, as he thanks all of his sponsors and all of his friends, or all of his fans rather, all of his friends. As asks what he wants to fight next, he repeats that he would like to fight Pete Williams. Pete Williams would fuck you up. As up next, it's time for the quarterfinals of this middleweight Grand Prix. Rich Ace Franklin going up against Quentin Rampage Jackson, 9-0, 6-1, 28 years old, 25 years old, 6'1". I'm sure Quentin Rampage Jackson's going to weigh in a little heavier. Plus 270, minus 340. Kickboxing, wrestling, boxing background. It's going to be a hell of a fight. As our referee, our judges, they weighed in at 205, but yep, Jackson's looking a little bigger now. They're underway. Neither fighter offers up a usual touch of gloves. They engage. Jackson scores a left hook. Franklin finds a good angle, lands a nice 1-2. They move in and engage. He misses the left hook and gets countered with a vicious right cross, and he knocks him down with it. Franklin falls to the floor. He moves in quickly. The angle beside him starts hammering down with punches. He's getting destroyed by repeated heavy shots to the head. As with Franklin taking a beating, the referee has to stop this fight. TKO win for Quentin Rampage Jackson. Just a little under a minute in this actual fight, and he is going on to take on whoever wins. And our next fight, semifinals we go for Quentin Rampage Jackson. It's rated good. 47 seconds. Jesus Christ. That's what you need right there. As moving on, Murillo Ninja Rua squares off against Anderson the Spider Silva. Murillo 11-0, minus 190, Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu background. Anderson the Spider Silva, 28 years old, 6'2", 205 at 8-2. Both shoot-a-box members, and both kind of Muay Thai backgrounds, but Ninja Rua's got the Jiu-Jitsu background, minus 190, plus 150. They take on, whoever wins this takes on Quentin Rampage Jackson. Mario Yamasaki's our referee, our judges. Here we go. They engage. The exchange of strikes has relatively close range where nothing really lands. Silva throws some strikes and a fast leg kick, but Hua was equal to all of them. A jab hits home from Silva, then he lands a right hand. Moves in closer, ready to attack. Hua may have been setting up to shoot, but Silva aggressively took the initiative. He can't connect to the jab, then scores a spinning back kick to the body. Stepping in, Hua looks to engage. He slips past the right hook and counters the left kick to the body. Silva moves in on Rua, preparing to throw. Can't connect to the jab, and scores with the right cross that landed hard. It looked like we were about to see a shot from Hua, but Silva was aggressive and took the initiative. Can't hit the step, left jab, and scores a leg kick. Steps in looking to unleash. Hua may have been Peter going to try and get in close, but Silva took the initiative first. Attacking with a quick flurry, Silva lands 3 punches, then scores the right roundhouse kick to the ribs. Hua keeps slightly out of range, looking for a chance to dart in and start grappling. Silva connects with a nice jab and then catches Hua with a right hook. Silva's talking some trash now. Steps in, look to unleash. May have been aiming to get in close, but Silva aggressively took the initiative as he hits 2 jabs and it's a body kick. Jab hits home from Silva, then hits a high right head kick to the side of the head. As Silva lands a left hand, but Hua dodges the leg kick that follows. Now Silva switching to southpaw. They engage with strikes, but neither can land anything significant. This is just halfway into this round. This has been all Anderson Silva. As it looked like we were about to see a shot from Hua, but Silva more aggressively and took the initiative. As Silva fails to land anything significant with a combo that lands a slithering low kick. As now Silva again switching back to traditional. There's a takedown from Ninja Hua, but Murillo doesn't get it. He just has a hold of the leg while now Silva's hopping in one place. Drives him to the ropes, now looking for the trip takedown. Defends it well. Does Anderson Silva looking for the another sharp trip. This time he gets the outside leg trip. He sweeps Silva down to the mat. Now Silva's got to pull guard. As now in half control, Rua begins working to get side control. He can't get past half control though. Or half guard rather, as Hua catches his breath, continues a couple of punches to the body. Hua starts trying to work to get out of the half guard into a better position. Silva allows the pass, but it's just a ploy to allow him to try and scramble. Scramble ends with Hua grabbing Silva, getting a waist lock, gaining back control. As Hua looks to drive Silva back up against the ropes, he can't bully Silva around. As Silva controlled from behind, struggling to get free without success. 60 minutes left in the round, or 60 seconds rather left in the round, with the ropes trapping Silva. Hua holding him from behind, looking to try and take him down. He does so. Silva has absolutely no answer. Gets taken down with ease. As he can't shift Hua, who ends up on top, having taken his back with 44 seconds left in the round. Looking to get both hooks in, but Silva blocks it. Tries to roll, but Hua is not budging. Looking for the rear naked choke, but Silva stops it. And that is the end of the round. My God, that's a tough one. Silva, I'd have to give that to Silva. I think he won that round, but it's still kind of close. Murillo could steal the second round and win the fight by a split decision or something. But it's a hell of a fight. Murillo might finally lose an MMA fight here. We'll see. As the start of the second round, Silva uses the left jab, but the flying leg kick misses. There's a takedown attempt, he gets it. Silva's got to pull guard. In guard now, Hua throws a couple of punches designed to keep Silva guessing. Tries to pass guard. He passes side control, but doesn't time to secure the position before Silva starts scrambling. Hua's up first and quickly grabs Silva, pushing him up against the ropes, looking for another rope trip, leg trip. And he does so. An outside leg trip sweeps Silva down to the ground where he's left under back. And now looking for a knee bar, but Silva doesn't allow the knee bar. As Silva takes a knee strike to the ribs under side control. Hua throws some small strikes, but it's clear just taking a moment to catch his breath. Silva gets a knee to the ribs halfway into the second round. They're looking for a Kimura. Anderson Silva defends the Kimura. Hua fires off a few punches there and throws without any great force. Silva takes a knee straight to the ribs. And uses a side control to hit a knee just above the hip now. Minute left in the second round. Referee stands him back up. Silva slowing down just a bit, getting into the gas tank. He can't connect to the step strikes, but it scores with the right cross. Closes the distance, looking to strike. Maybe he can get a knockout win here. As Hua looked like he was angling to grapple, but he couldn't take the initiative. Silva throws a punch, but Hua avoids it. He can't connect the step strikes, but it scores with the right cross. That's the end of the second round. That's tough. Because Murillo definitely won that round for sure. Man, Murillo might have just won that fight. We'll see what the judges decided. Yep, unanimous decision for Murillo Ninja Hua. 12-0. Wow. Looked like Anderson Silva was winning that fight. That second round, though. Murillo Ninja Hua wins it. Now he's going to take on Quentin Rampage Jackson. As that was where he did a good fight. That was a pretty good fight. Anderson Silva now 8-3. As our heavyweight title fight. The babyface assassin, Josh Barnett. Versus Big Nog, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. That's 15-2, 12-2, plus 100, minus 130. Brazilian top team, Team Quest. Catch wrestling, jiu-jitsu background, or jiu-jitsu boxing backgrounds. 25-27. Josh Barnett's gonna have at least 20. About 20 pounds probably. Maybe a little less, 15-20 pounds for the Pride Heavyweight title. Referee Mario Yamasaki. Here we go. As they step in and strike, Nogueira dodges a right hand and counterattacks with a left jab and a leg and a kick to the lead leg. As again, Nogueira slips past the right hook and attacks with a left jab and a left to the body. Fighters go toe-to-toe with strikes, but neither lands anything significant in the exchange. Nogueira comes forward and the two fighters start trading blows. Barnett hits a counter left hand. He falls for a clever feint. Showing good hand speed, Nogueira lands a flurry of 3 punches, but Barnett avoids the big right. Shoulders hunched, Nogueira studies his opponent looking for an opportunity. Two combatants meet in the center. They start to strike. Barnett's off target in the left jab, but scores with the right hook. As Nogueira finds a good angle, lands a nice 1-2. Both fighters meet in the center again. Nogueira counters the right hand with a pair of left jabs that are followed with a solid right hand. And engage in the center. Barnett misses the right hook, gets countered with 2 jabs that are followed by a big right hand that just misses. Nogueira connects to the jab and then can't connect to the head kick. Nogueira steps forward. Striking exchange begins. Barnett misses the left hand in the exchange. He can't connect to the jab and then scores the right to the body. Comes forward looking to force a strike exchange. A jab is wide on the exchange. A quick flurry of punches from Nogueira sees 2 of the 3 hit home, but Barnett evades a big punch. Nogueira initiates an exchange of strikes. Barnett throws a counter jab but misses. Nogueira lands the left jab and scores the right to the body. They stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or they safely are dealt with. Fighter goes toe-to-toe with strikes, but neither land anything significant in the exchange. We pass the halfway mark into this round. Nogueira comes forward, steps into the pocket, showing little fear of Barnett. He comes in with a flurry of 3 quick punches, landing one of them. Then he lands a spinning back kick to the chest. He forces an exchange of strikes. Barnett misses the left hand in the exchange. A jab is wide from Nogueira, but then he hits Barnett with a straight right. He can't connect with the setup left jab, then lands a right roundhouse kick to the body. They go toe-to-go with strikes, but neither fighter lands anything significant. They come forward and engage. He lands a left hook, lands a left jab and a right cross. They come forward on the attack. Throws a counter left, but doesn't connect. Falls for a feint and is left vulnerable to the attack. Throws a quick one too, but doesn't land with either blow. Both fighters engage with strikes, but neither can land anything significant. As again, neither fighter lands anything significant. They engage some more. Misses a big right hand, allowing Nogueira to counter the solid right hand. Shoulders hunched. Barnett studies the opponent, looking for the opportunity. Both fighters meet in the center. Barnett misses the right hook and gets countered with a pair of left jabs that are followed by a right hook. Minute left in this round. Both fighters step in to strike. Nogueira dodges the right hand and counterattacks with the right hook. For the first time now, Big Nog is starting to breathe a little heavier. Come forward on the attack. He scores with 2 counter jabs. Nogueira can't connect with the setup strikes and hits Barnett with a straight right. Nogueira comes forward on the attack. He tries to hit the jab, but misses. Attacking with intent now, Nogueira scores with 1 out of a flurry of 3 punches, then scores with the right to the body. And that's the end of the first round. You have to give that to Big Nog. That was pretty much all Big Nog, 33-6 on strikes. Nobody tried to do a takedown. I thought that was interesting, especially with 2 wrestlers, or at least 2 guys that can do stuff on the ground, jiu-jitsu and catch wrestling background, but it is what it is. So we're going to see if Josh Barnett, he's got a tall task ahead of him, but I guess he could still win it with a submission or with a TKO. But I don't think he's going to win by a unanimous decision. It's going to have to be by a split decision at this point. Last round, here we go. 2 men meet in the center. They start to strike. Nogueira counters with the right hand with a quick left jab and a good right hook. Nogueira can't connect with the setup strikes and scores with the right cross. They move in and engage. Barnett misses the big right hand, putting him off balance, allowing Nogueira to attack with a glancing high kick as they engage. Barnett misses the right hook and gets countered with the left jab and the right hook that is just avoided in the last second, though, as Nogueira comes in looking to strike. A combo that ends with a kick that to the leg fails to find the home, as Nogueira can't hit a setup left jab and hits a nice straight right hand. Looking a bit tense now, Barnett moves in around the ring. They stand and trade blows, but neither can land anything damaging. Nogueira throws some strikes and a right head kick, but Barnett defends them all. Circling warily, Barnett is looking for a chance to get in close and enough to grapple. Showing good hand speed, Nogueira lands a 1 out of a flurry of 3 punches, then lands a right hand to the body. Nogueira looks confident, showing the range as he looks to strike. Nogueira hits a left hand, but can't connect with a spinning back kick. Nogueira lands a left jab, but Barnett evades a big right to the body. Nogueira appears to be feeling a little fatigued for the first time in this fight. His hands are starting to slow just a fraction. Comes in looking for the takedown. He gets it, though. It's a single leg, and Nogueira's left on his back. So now we finally get a takedown. 1:30 left in this fight. He lays on top of him, smothering him. That's not what you want to do, Josh Barnett. Minute left in the fight. Again, just keeping him stuck on the ground. Now just throwing a couple of punches. Again, keeping him stuck on the ground. And that's the end of the second round. Again, all Nogueira. I wouldn't say all Nogueira. It's 10-5 with the takedown. It's close, but it's still... You gotta give that to Nogueira. And unanimous decision for Big Nog. The first time someone's kind of defended that title. Hell yeah. As we get a defense. And it is rated average. As Big Nog gives a name check to everyone at Brazilian Top Team, his various sponsors, and his friends, family, supporters. Big Nog celebrates still being the Pride Heavyweight Champion. So he's looking forward to his next challenger stepping forward. As it's time to see who is going on to basically the finals of what will be the Middleweight Grand Prix. Is it going to be Quentin Rampage Jackson, or is it going to be Murlio Ninjarua? So here we go. Final of side A. Mario Yamasaki, our referee, 7-1, 12-0, which that is crazy. But here we are. As they've weighed in at 205 yesterday, but now obviously Quentin Rampage Jackson is going to be a little bit bigger. Plus 360, minus 460. Looks like Murlio Ninjarua is going to be going on to the fucking Middleweight Grand Prix finals. So here we go. They touch gloves. They come together and strike. Hua throws 2 punches, but Jackson has a great guard, absorbs all of them with ease. Jackson has the right hand blocked. Who appear to be going to try to get in close, but Jackson took the initiative first. He can't hit the setup left jab, and then scores with the right cross that landed hard. And again, he scores with the right cross, and the blood is visible on Ninja Rua, but Strike looks to have opened up a nasty cut just above his eye. As Hua gets a hold of Jackson, using his wrestling skills, Hua is trying to push Jackson up against the ropes. Can't do it though. Jackson defended it well. Tries to wrestle Jackson backwards up against the ropes. Doesn't let himself be driven back though, and he gains a dominant position in the grapple instead. He attempts to pick Hua up for a slam. He does so. He fucking does so. And he plants him. And now Jackson ends up inside control. That is a Quentin Rampage Jackson specialty. Those fucking slams. As Jackson unloads with some rights, but Hua deals with him comfortably. Tries to move to guard, but Jackson doesn't allow it. Jackson keeps Hua guessing with a few quick strikes. He blocks an attempt to pull guard. Keeps him guessing with a few quick strikes. He blocks an attempt to pull guard. Throws a few weak-looking punches. He decides on his next move. Jackson blocks Hua as he tries to transition guard. He lands with some big rights, but Hua covers him up well. Jackson blocks an attempt to pull guard. Fires off some right hands, but Hua is in trouble by them. And then tries to transition the guard, but he can't manage it. Halfway into the round now, Jackson fires away with punches, but does little in the way of damage. Tries to move to guard, but Jackson doesn't allow it. Fires off a few punches as he catches his breath. He blocks an attempt to pull guard. Referee decides to stand him back up due to the lack of progress. Mario Yamasaki says, fuck it. You guys are going to stand up and throw. They step in and strike. Jackson scores with the jab and doesn't connect with the right hand. Scores with the jab but can't hit the right cross. Two fighters come forward and engage. Hua is off target in a pair of jabs, but hits a glancing high kick. Lands a nice right hook. Hua shoots in on Jackson. Gets the single leg, and now he has to pull guard. As he's looking for, trying to isolate the leg, but Jackson keeps the guard tight. Deflects a couple of punches that Jackson threw from the bottom. Trying to isolate that leg again, but again, Jackson maintains a tight, secure guard. As Jackson tries to pull Hua in close, peppering him with short strikes, but he can't. Looking to pass the guard, he does. He's got half guard now. Minute left in the round. Trying to get out of half guard into a better position. He tries to counter the pass attempt. They find themselves scrambling for position. As he moves in quickly, tries to secure one of his opponent's legs. He can't get the leg, as has to turtle off with Jackson holding him down, facing him. Tactical mistake by Ninja Rua, that is for sure, but he's got 40 seconds left in the fight, or in this round, rather, so looks like it might not be too bad for him, but we'll see. But oh no, he's landing several good shots in that process. Now he's dealing with them fairly easily, though, and that is the end of the first round. You have to give that to the fucking Rampage Jackson. You know, he's got the takedowns. The takedowns are split 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 4, 8, and then you have, so basically, he's got 49 out of 2 on strikes. The submissions weren't working. Murillo was passing grounds, though. Anytime he needed to do a ground pass, he got it. So as long as Quentin Rampage Jackson stays on his feet, looks like he's going to go on to the fucking finals of the Grand Prix. Trying to get in close, or rather the corner goes to work between the rounds, trying to keep the close on the cut on Murillo there. Trying to close that cut, as it's the final round, 5 minutes left of the fight. They engage in a few strikes, but nothing really lands to come forward and engage. Hua misses a jab and lands a head kick, as Jackson scores the jab and also scores the great right hook. As now he fails to find home with the jab, but catches Hua with a crunching right hook. A punch from Jackson fails to land. Hua seizes the chance and grabs Jackson to a clinch. Using his wrestling skills, Hua is trying to push Jackson up against the ropes. Jackson's out-wrestled. Now he's looking to scoop his opponent up for a slam. He does so. Another fucking slam. Quentin Rampage Jackson doesn't give a fuck. He slams him down. Hua's got to pull guard. Throws a few minor strikes. Hua tries to pull Jackson in close up ever on short strikes, but he can't. Jackson throws a few right hands to the body. Jackson starts trying to work to get past the guard. Hua was ready for the pass attempt, though, as he starts scrambling immediately. Jackson's left turtle up facing Hua. Hua attempted to secure a Peruvian necktie, but he breaks free of the hold and scrambles for position as Hua ends up inside control. Minute left in the fight. Looking to catch his breath, Hua just to throw a couple of punches to the body. Jackson doesn't move the guard, but tries to move the guard, but Hua doesn't allow it, rather. Pounds away, and Jackson struggles to deal with him now, as there's a knee inside control, as Jackson has to take it on the ribs. And that is the end of the fight. My opinion. Unanimous decision. Quentin Rampage Jackson. Yeah, he wins it. 8-1 for Quentin Rampage Jackson. Murillo Ninja Rua has finally lost. He is 12-1 though. What a fucking win. That's what happened. So that's a huge advantage for Quentin Rampage Jackson. When you knock your guy out in like 10 seconds, where the other guy, Murlio Ninjarua, has a tough fight with Anderson Silva and had to go the distance and, had to fight for 15 minutes and now had to fight for another 15 minutes. That's a tough outing. But, Quentin Rampage Jackson basically fought one whole fight tonight, So that's what having the advantage gets you in that tournament. If you win your first fight pretty quickly, you have the advantage. There you go. And it's rated good. That's awesome. So our co-main event was rated good. Gives a name check to everyone at Team Punishment, all of his various sponsors, and all of his friends, family, and supporters. As he asked who he'd like to fight next. He wants to fight Rich Franklin again for some reason, even though he just knocked him the fuck out earlier tonight. But he knows how to use those interviews and sell himself well. I guess he wants another rematch for some reason. So we have a Pride middleweight title fight as our main event. Brazilian Killer, Alex Stiebling, making his Pride debut against the Axe Murderer, Vanderlei Silva. Which we might have Vanderlei Silva versus fucking Quentin Rampage Jackson. Something that's was a staple in Pride. So that'd be fun if that's a thing. As it's main event time. Plus 200, minus 200, shoot the box. AMC Pankrington, Wrestling Muay Thai. So there's going to be at least a Muay Thai element into this, as it's, from Indianapolis, Indiana. Alex Stiebling, 26, 27, 6'2", 205, 5'11", 205. I'm sure Vanderlei Silva's going to be a little heavier, though. Nope. We'll see, though. Our referee, our judges. Yep. He is. He's probably 225 right now. As the fight begins, Silva can't connect with the step strikes, but then lands a nice straight right hand that landed hard. As Stiebling lands a weak, tentative jab, he throws a punch, but Stiebling avoids it. Stiebling comes in, apparently willing to take some hits, if that means getting close enough to grapple. Punch from Silva fails to land. Stiebling gets a hold of Silva, not having to have taken even one shot while coming in, as he's trying to muscle Silva up against the ropes. Silva out-wrestles him, though. Tries to get Stiebling into a Muay Thai clinch. He fights it off and manages to slip out of the grapple entirely, as Alex Stiebling, as his punch from Silva fails to land, as Stiebling takes a chance and shoots in on Silva. Couldn't complete the single leg, but it does end up standing holding the leg while Silva hops around on the other one, as he's trying to push him up against the ropes. As now he's looking to grab both legs going low. He does so. He gets the big takedown. He manages to get side control. Now Stiebling throws a couple of punches aside to keep Silva guessing. Look for a Kimura. Silva stops it. Inside control, Stiebling catches his breath, continues with a couple of punches to the body. Throws a few strikes but thrown without venom. So fires off a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Punches down at Silva, but they're easily taking on the gloves. Again, a few strikes without venom. Referee stands them back up. Both fighters engage with strikes, but neither can really land anything significant. As Silva comes in looking to strike, throws a punch, but Stiebling avoids it. Silva moves in closer, ready to attack. He can't connect the step strikes, but then catches Stiebling with a crunching right hook, and he is punch drunk. He is in trouble as Alex Stiebling. He takes a right hand, but will not go down. Scores with a weak flicked left hand jab, as then he throws some strikes, and a fast leg kick with Stiebling was equal to all of them. Now Stiebling just trying to shoot in on the takedown to get out of this predicament, which Silva almost got away with, but not quite. He's left hopping while Stiebling has a hold of the other leg as he drives him up against the ropes, looking for another fucking takedown. But again, this Silva stops it as uses his wrestling to take control of the grapple. Now Stiebling's up against the ropes. Looking to get that Muay Thai clinch. He doesn't let himself get caught in the clinch. As now Silva again trying to lock in that Muay Thai clinch. And now he's got the Muay Thai clinch. He partially blocks a knee strike enough to allow him to wrestle free of the clinch. Silva throws a quick punch. It doesn't land. Comes in and grapples Silva as he's trying to muscle Silva up against the ropes. He does so. Now Silva's pinned up against the ropes with a minute left in the round. As looking for another stuck as Stiebling ducks down, grabs a leg. Silva remains standing, using the ropes for support, but it's under the threat of a takedown. Silva fights free, though, and gets some separation, as Stiebling appeared to be going and tried to get in close, but Silva took the initiative first. Comes in with a flurry of 3 punches, and landing 3 of them, and then scores a right cross that landed hard, as Silva hits 2 jabs and lands a big right hand, and that is the end of the first round. You have to give that to probably, it's weird. So 25-10 on punches, 1 for 5 on takedowns. I still gotta give that to Vanderlei Silva. He almost knocked him down. He had him wobbling. He had the damage for sure. He was the only one who almost finished the fight. So that, to me, I think you have to give that to Vanderlei Silva. But it's still close. It's still close. Alex could steal this one in the second and be your new Pride middleweight champion. So final round here. 5 minutes left in the fight. Quick exchange strikes, does not produce any damage. Looking for the takedown. He gets the takedown. Gets a single leg. Still has to pull guard. Stiebling throws a few right hands to the body. Fires off a few punches. They aren't thrown with any great force. In guard, Stiebling is content just to throw a couple of punches to the body. Stiebling keeps Silva guessing with a few quick strikes. Stiebling pounds away. But Silva now is in trouble by the strikes. Halfway into the second round, Stiebling throws a few strikes with a throw without venom. Fires off some right hands, but Silva is in trouble with them. Again, throws a few weak-looking punches as he decides his next moves. Attempts to pass guard and gain better position. He passes guard, but Silva's ready for it, and the scramble ensues. Scramble leaves Stiebling turtled up facing Silva. Minute left in the round now. Looks like he was about to soccer kick Stiebling in the head, but he gets up too quickly. Silva is starting to slow down a touch, perhaps conserving low energy. Closes the distance, obviously looking to strike. Looked like we were about to see Stiebling try and get some grappling started, but Silva was more aggressive and took the initiative. Can't hit the step jab, but then scores the right cross that landed hard. Again, Silva was the more aggressive one. He can't connect the jab and hits a nice straight right hand. Again, angling to grapple, but Silva throws a punch, but Stiebling was equal to it, and that's the end of the second round. That one was more one-sided, 31-2 on strikes and the takedowns. We might have a split decision. We'll see. Oh, nope, gave it all to Silva. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. At least he did damage and stuff. As the forced defense of the Pride Middleweight division. Of the Pride Middleweight title, rather. So, the entire fight, you have 2 for 6 on takedowns. You had 56 strikes to, well, yeah, 56 to about 15, 14. It's, when you look at the numbers, you might be like, well, that's kind of... But Vanderlei Silva, when it's standing and when it's... You know, he's just doing peppering shots. I think really almost getting that knockdown really helped Vanderlei Silva for sure. If he didn't have them on fucking... Have him punch drunk and wobbling and fucking almost going down. He might have lost that fight. You know, it's kind of crazy. But 18-2 now for Vanderlei Silva. Alex Stiebling gets his first loss. As he name checks everyone that shoot the box, all of his various sponsors and his friends, family, supporters, celebrates his Pride Middleweight title, defends and poses for photographs with the belt around his waist. As what a card. As, you know, critical rating was a 66, so, you know, just above a high critical rating. As the commercial rating was a 98, that was huge. You know, Quentin Rampage Jackson doing his thing. Murillo doing his thing. It's kind of weird the title matches didn't really do a whole lot. You know, Jerome Leibeta, Chuck Congo, that was a really great fight. That was probably fight of the night. Yeah, pop increased everywhere. That's good. Yep. As, no knockouts besides, the Mauricio. And no submissions. Hell yeah. As then, plus 8 million. That is a shit ton of money. As then, we'll just skip all this. It's just a American local. Sean Shirk is unemployed too. If we start the lightweight division, Sean Shirk is definitely going to get signed. But that will do it for this episode of WMMA 5 of Pride FC. As we, you know, Quentin Rampage Jackson has submitted his ticket for the Middleweight Grand Prix Finals. Man, you know, we're either going to have... It's looking like it's probably going to be Chuck Liddell, Rampage Jackson, which that'll be fun. I don't think Sakuraba will win, but you never know. Sakuraba, Quentin Rampage Jackson, but that'll be fun. As well, UFC's trying to get Damian Maia and Nate Marcotte over my dead body. Over my dead fucking body. As well, just make it 1080. Perfect. Perfect. And then Damian Maia as well. Let's see what they yeah, we'll give them 5,000. So having a lot of money gets you. You can just kind of bully them. Hell yeah. As yeah, I can delete all these. Perfect. How fun. So that will do it. As Lil Nog's looking to improve, that's nice. He needs to look bounce back for sure. Chuck Congo goes to the fucking hospital. Jesus. That's crazy. That's still, I'm glad, hopefully he's okay. Silva defended his title successfully. Big Nog defended his title successfully. How fun. And now hopefully we can set up for the American Bushido Side B of the tournament. As it will be a one-night tournament. I want to see if... see, we'll look at the tournament. Tournament. Why can't I? There he goes. Awesome. So yeah, so it's saying that this never happened. But let's see. Semifinals. Damn. That's okay. That's it's no big deal. It's yeah, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. As that will do it. Again, for this episode, I have to send it off at like the third time, I feel like. Thank you all for watching, as we'll catch you guys next time for Absolute Fury 2003. Take care, everyone.